We have to understand the youngsters now. I mean, what do they see in front of them? The 9-to-5er who's on that bus going to work every day on a rat run, or the guy that's down the road with the flashy car and the bling bling and all the girls.
You know, I get that.
And he's gonna think, you know what? What's he doing? You know what? What's he up to? What's he doing? I want to do what he does to get that, rather than the 9-to-5er who's always on that bus stop every day, always coming home the same time every day for probably next to nothing, compared to the guy down the road that's normally at home all night, all day, parties, come home, got the girls, got the money. I mean, when you're young, you're very impressionable, Fonzo. So you're looking at that, thinking, I want a piece of that.
I understand it. I mean, we didn't see it, we didn't experience, but then at the same time, there's still individuals that stand out. I mean, look at yourself. We didn't grow up in street environments, but, you know, I ain't gonna get too much into nothing and this, that, and the third, but at the same time, you're still a positive role model for kids and stuff out there.
I know, Fonzo.
So, and same with myself, you know, people may say negative things and say this, that, and the third, but we still positive role models at the same time. And
but Fonzo, I can admit, Fonzo, I tried. I saw that guy down the road with all them stuff, and I tried. I said, you know what? I want to do what they do. And the only thing that stopped me, I tell you what stopped me, Fonzo, the fact that every time I came back to my area, the same copper will pull up in his van and stop and search me. This is like, we're going back to the early 90s. And I realized that if I do have something on my pocket or holding something or got something that I shouldn't have, and this guy pulls me over, I'm finished. So from that point, that's when I decided, you know what, John or Paul, I don't want to hold that no more. You know what? I don't want to take part with this no more. I don't want to bring this back home no more. Because I knew that copper that was on my case every time.
You know what?
I mean,
right. And that's the thing, but that show you right there, because, you know, I got similar circumstances and situations, but it showed you that took responsibility or took a conscious thought to say, you know what?
But Fonzo, does that mean that stop and search? Does that mean that stop and search worked then? Because it works for me. The fact that this copper
I mean, anything can be kind of like an axiom or a tool to make something go one way or another, but I wouldn't say it really works, but because it's just your brain works at that time. That was something that made your brain kick in for you to take a different response.
Only because this copper would stop and search me, and he's waiting for me to have something, and that's why I just completely.
That's why it didn't work, because really he wanted you to have something. He wanted to do.
Yeah, he did.
He wanted to do you in.
Yeah.
So you made it. You made it out, really. So that's the thing, you know what I mean? And you know, I mean, the thing with, I don't know too much about even with Tekashi and his case and all that, because I know what's been out there in the media. I ain't really, you know, dive too much into it. Ain't really my business like that. But
of course.
Like I said, from what I see from the character of him, it's just, you know, you can't, well, you can do whatever you want, but to me, you know, don't portray the whole gangster thing, this, that, and then you you're celebrating that you're an informant, and then, you know, you're trying to throw Snoop Dogg under the bus, and you're trying to call out, you know.
Bro, he played the video, bro. He played the Suge Knight video, my friend.
I seen it. The crazy. I used to watch that video when I was young, man. We had a DVD called Death Row Uncut.
You know that.
Yeah.
Back in the 90s. 90 what? 97, 90 what? 4? 5? I don't know.
And Suge been saying that he did that 2-part documentary, and he said that I'm there with the English guy and all that. And you know, even in the 2000s, Death Row was hitting Snoop hard, man. Even with Crooked Eye, before they pieced it out, he had Crooked Eye was signed to Death Row, and he was always dissing Snitch, all this. And, you know, the thing is, I don't even want to get into the Snoop situation they're dealing with the paperwork, but at the end of the day, regardless of how people might view it, Snoop's situation ain't the same, because Snoop ain't like open. I don't know the ins and outs of his case, but it ain't nothing like he openly be testifying on people like he was. You know, that's a whole different.
Yeah.
It's a whole different. I think it's a whole different kind of thing. But so, you know.
Fair enough.
To be honest with you, though, a lot of the rappers, they seem scared to really address 6ix9ine though, because he got such a big following. They don't want to be
Yeah, I mean, like we spoke about, we're still waiting. Who's going to be the first artist to do the collaboration with him? That's the thing, bro. That's the thing that people hedging their bets, bro.
Well, apparently they're trying to take some of his music down and all that sort of stuff, and you know, he going through a lot of political stuff right now.
Yeah, about sales and people buying sales and people using credit cards. But they've been doing that for a long while now, Fonz, isn't it? But people buying number ones and stuff.
It can be easily done in the business, especially if you got somebody who want a bankroll and they got money to put in. You know, they want to hire. I mean, there's nothing quote unquote illegal about hiring marketing services for music and all of that. So I mean, a lot of the major labels, they do the same thing. So
yeah, man, buying their own CD that they make.
Yeah, that's what they used to do.
Download
CDs, buy them. Yeah, they buying them up, running the numbers up.
Get your guy to number one. Let him get all the publicity. Then you drop your. So, boy, so you can see that everything's just. I don't know, man.
I mean, you know, the music business has always been a cutthroat business. It's always been a gangster business anyway. So
yeah,
and that's my thing. There used to be rules to some of this stuff, man. And yeah, I might sound like a cliche 90s mafia movie. You say we used to live by the rules, man. What about the rules? What are the rules?
Oh.
But yeah, the rate.
Bro, I mean, if I ask you what's your most watched movie you ever watched? How many times have you watched this particular movie that you know? How many times have you watched the most? Like your movies? How much movies? I mean, what movie have you watched the most?
Like just any movie, any genre.
Yeah, but you watched it the most out of all the films you've watched. You watched this film more than any other film, and you've watched it like 10, 20 times. There must be one movie that you watched numerous times.
Yeah,
you know what it is.
Yeah, no, I know a couple. I mean, I was kind of close to saying it was the first breakdance movie, Breaking, but over the years, I still kind of watch it, but there was a huge period of time where it wasn't available on video or nothing in the UK. It was hella hard to find. So over the years, I got it back and started watching it again. But so I feel like I'd be cheating if I said that. Maybe The Godfather.
Is it, yeah?
Part 1, yeah. I watched that.
Numerous occasions.
Numerous, especially when I had the studio. I used to sit there every day watching the movie. Sometimes I just replay certain scenes over and over.
Yeah, see, mine would be Paid in Full. That's the most Paid in Full. I watched that numerous occasions, more than any other film that I've ever watched. Is Paid in Full.
It's an adult film.
Paid in Full, because I don't know. But do you see how the two films we picked have a similarity?
Yeah. But it's like I said, even in terms of, I think sometimes people get like there's so many different, I guess, elements of what being gangster is. So it's like I was saying, the music business is gangster and is gangster. And you know, Paid in Full is gangster, The Godfather is gangster, all this shit kind of gangster in different ways. But you know, and even we see in some of those movies, we see a lot of snaky stuff. We see in Paid in Full, look at what, you know, the man Alpo and them did to Rich and them, you know, and even the guy,
imagine
the guy's own uncle.
Yeah, you know,
Yeah, you know, so it's like